Like Jango Fett, General Grievous is another character that I think is really unique and really cool, and I want to rank every set that includes General Grievous. This time around, there's 11 sets that include General Grievous. That is whether it is a BrickHead or a polybag, etc. This time, there is no advent calendar to take the last spot, but there is a polybag. That means that the number 11 spot, the worst set about General Grievous, is the General Grievous Starfighter polybag. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a good polybag, no really complaints about this, and it also pairs very nicely with the full-scale set that we got in 2010, the same year as this polybag. But 9 times out of 10, a polybag is not going to match a real LEGO set, and that is why it is the number 11th spot on this list. In the number 10 spot, I have the General Grievous Combat Speeder. Now, this thing isn't a bad set by any means, but it is just very oversized and also very overpriced. In 2018, this thing was £30, but it should have been 20, and adjusted to inflation, that makes it even worse than it actually is overpriced. The minifigures are decent. Obviously, you get General Grievous and you get Mace Windu, which are pretty good minifigures, and I actually do own this set, and it's not all bad, it's just incredibly oversized, and it would have been a much better set at maybe a £10 to £15 in a 2018, and if it was minifigure scale. And honestly, I only use this set for alternate build. I love making like a droid gunship or something like that out of it, because to be honest, the set's alternate build potential is better than the set itself. In the 9th spot, I have the General Grievous Chase set. This is from 2005. It is one of the first sets to ever include General Grievous, and honestly, looking back, this thing just isn't all that good. It's very nostalgic, and it's a cool set, but it's very, very outdated and just generally quite ugly. Both of the minifigures included in this set were upgraded within the next 3 to 5 years. Again, this set has not aged well, and it is very outdated. In the 8th spot, I have got the best BrickHeadz pack of all time, in my opinion, and it is the Revenge of the Sith Heroes and Villains. I think this is an amazing selection of BrickHeadz. I think Anakin, Palpatine, and Grievous are near perfect, especially Grievous. I think he's one of the best, if not the best, Star Wars BrickHead of all time, and that is actually pretty perfect for this video. Anakin is probably my favourite one, though. I just love the hair detailing, and I love the fact that you can swap out the eyes for Sith ones and regular eyes. Palpatine and Mace Windu are just your standard BrickHeads, though, in my opinion. There's nothing special with them. They're just a nice addition, and they are very fitting for a Revenge of the Sith Heroes and Villains BrickHeadz pack. Next up, in the number 7 spot, I have a set that I actually own, being the General Grievous Starfighter from 2007. This is a set from Prime LEGO Star Wars, and I actually really like it. I think this set is super underrated, and obviously the General Grievous minifigure is a bit outdated, and I don't think it's as good as the 2010 and 2020 variations, but I still think that this set is super underrated, and the only reason that those sets that I would put higher than them is because of the minifigures. I think the 2020 set has a better build, but not 2010, but the minifigures in 2010 definitely carry it. This is a set that I'm really happy to have in my collection. It's got some great play features, and actually it looks pretty good on display for a 2007 set. And also, it has a surprising amount of tiles for a 2007 set. Normally, every set back then was just fully studded off, but this one is nicely tiled off. And yeah, overall, I've just got nothing bad to say about this set. It's a really fun build, and yeah, really good. Just not as good as some other sets on this list, so it deserves the number 7 spot, in my opinion. In the number 6 spot, I have the 2nd edition of the General Grievous Starfighter. I like this set. I think the minifigures are really good, and I like these side builds as well. But the Starfighter is super outdated, and more so than the 2007 variant, in my opinion. Obviously, the 2007 variant is outdated as well, but I think this one is a lot more outdated, and that says something considering it came out 3 years later. But I like how the minifigures are a lot better, there being 3, and the General Grievous is upgraded, and the side builds are also quite nice. I think the main build is slightly worse than the previous variant, but as a set, this one is slightly better than 2007, in my opinion, and deserving of the number 6 spot. In the number 4 spot, I've got the 2014 General Grievous Wheel Bike. I think this set is really good. It holds up very well in 2025. The minifigures are the best of each we've ever gotten, with the General Grievous being the one that is still used today, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi that we see in this set is the best Revenge of the Sith version of the minifigure that we ever see. The detailing on the build is really nice, and a great upgrade over the 2005 version, and for £20 in 2014, this is an absolutely amazing set to add to the collection, and one that I actually hope to get in the near future. Next up, in the number 4 spot, I have a set that is only ruined by its price, being the General Grievous Starfighter from 2020. The 3 minifigures in the set are all fantastic, except for Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is a bit inaccurate, but still a nice minifigure nonetheless. The 212th Airborne is one of the best clone troopers of all time, specifically the one in this set. The one for the battle pack is a little bit underwhelming, and it's probably the best clone trooper that we've had in the last 5 years. The General Grievous is the same one as we usually get. It's a fine minifigure, no need to upgrade it when it's already pretty good. And again, the Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigure is just a little bit inaccurate. The actual build is by far the best one that we've ever gotten. It's gold as well, which is very accurate, and I also just, generally, it's just a really good build, very accurate, very fun to build. And overall, like a 10 out of 10 set if that thing was the price that it should have been. Now, in 2020, this thing was £70. That is insane, because in 2025, that's about £85. The price in 2020 is absolutely absurd, and if this was a 2025 set, then maybe I could understand it a little bit more. But no, £70 in 2020 is absurd, and it's just ruined this set for me. It would have probably been the number 2 or the number 1 spot, but it gets moved down to the number 4 spot just because of the atrocious price tag. In the number 3 spot, I have one of the only prequel UCS sets of all time, being the UCS General Grievous himself. I actually do really like this set, obviously, because it's in the number 3 spot. It's a really good set. The only problem for me is that there's no minifigure, and also that it's just kind of outdated. But I've got the buildable General Grievous, which we'll see later on this list. I think it's one of the best, and this set would look absolutely amazing next to that one. I've also got a bit of a collection of General Grievous. I've got 3 of the sets on this list, which is actually more than I can say for the Django Fett list. I also plan on making a full video about one of the sets on this list. Can you guess which in the comments below? But yeah, overall this is an amazing set, one that I would love to add to my collection, and deserving of the number 3 spot, and actually does manage to crack the top 3. That's very impressive. There's 11 sets, and they are all really good in my opinion. So making it into the top 3 20 years after it came out is really impressive, and it's an amazing set, and I would love to add it to my collection, and yeah, deserves the number 3 spot. The second best General Grievous themed set in my opinion is the General Grievous buildable figure from 2017. I think this set is absolutely amazing. I actually do own it, and I think the only actual negative about this set is that the build process is kind of grueling. The only reason that is because of all the Technic, though. That's not really like the designer's fault. It's not really anybody's fault. It's a Technic set. So there's going to be a lot of Technic, and it's going to be a bit of an annoying build, but it is very worth it for the final product, and I think it's one of the best General Grievous sets of all time, as obviously it is in the number 2 spot. No General Grievous minifigure here once again, but it's absolutely fine because no other of the buildable figure sets received one, so why would this? And at £25 in 2017, the value cannot be questioned with 186 pieces. It's a very good set, and it's actually really large. It's bigger than most of the buildable figures, and it's just an amazing set. I would definitely recommend getting it if you're a fan of General Grievous like myself. And I've actually got the Obi-Wan buildable figure as well, and they're an absolutely amazing pair, and I'm happy to have both of them in my collection. An amazing set, and in my opinion on this list there is only one set that is better than it, and that is the Malevolence. This is the only set on this list that actually isn't a General Grievous themed set, but I think it's the best for a number of reasons. First up is that in my opinion this set is timeless. I think it's aged amazingly. It's so sleek and tiled off, and for at such a large scale in a 2011 set you would expect there to be a lot more studs, but it actually holds up really well today. Obviously I think there's a lot that they could do better in 2025, a lot of better techniques, and obviously make it a lot more detailed, but for 2011 it's an amazingly detailed set while also being really nicely tiled off. The minifigure selection is perfect. The minifigures are really good, but they just have those goofy Clone Wars faces that I just hate, especially the Padme. This is probably one of the creepiest minifigures of all time, and it's definitely the worst Padme minifigure we've ever gotten. But the minifigures are my only major gripe with this set. It doesn't take away from the fact that this is an amazing build, decent minifigures, and overall the best General Grievous set of all time, in my opinion. Also, if you're interested, I do actually own 4 of these sets, and if I were to rank them based off of this ranking, the number 4 spot would be the General Grievous Combat Speeder, an awful set, as I described earlier. Then 3 would be the General Grievous Starfighter from 2007. I already described how much I actually do like this set. And then in number 2, it would be the General Grievous Wheelbike. I actually just bought this set, and it's going to be for a future video. It actually hasn't arrived yet, but I do technically own it now in the eyes of the law. And the number 1 spot is the General Grievous buildable figure. Anyway, make sure to subscribe to see rankings and reviews just like this one. I've really enjoyed making these ranking videos in the last few weeks. It's one of my favourite things to do when talking about LEGO, and I'm very excited to make more videos just like this one. But I was thinking of doing something that wasn't a character ranking next time. I have one that's ready, actually. It's fully lined up, I just need to edit it. But that's a character ranking, and I was thinking about doing another different topic, so I was thinking maybe midi-scale sets, that might be cool, but let me know what you would like to see in the future in the comments down below, and thanks for watching, bye.